What's up, y'all? Once again, it's Coach Hussein back with another video. And this video in particular are for people who constantly like to say or dismiss the importance of martial arts and learning how to fight. In life, we all know that there are things that in order for us to get better at, we have to constantly practice it. It doesn't matter what it is, okay? Driving, for example, since I'm in the car, I can point that out. Cooking food, okay, learning how to use a computer, okay, regardless of whatever it is you doing in life, you got to know how to do it, which means you have to constantly do the things that improve your ability to do them. For some odd reason, we have people that think to this day still that learning how to fight won't help. Now, I'll give them this. People always like to say, well, what it is in reality is the dismissal of hand-to-hand combat. People think that this day and age, hand-to-hand combat, learning how to fight is pointless. And you have other things that you can point out. You can say something to the effect of, well, they may have a knife, they may have a gun, they may have a weapon of some sort, of any kind. Okay? Then you might have to worry about multiple attackers if you're fighting one person. And you have people, I've seen videos where people talk about folks just jumping in to beat up on someone, and the person that they're going to beat up hasn't done anything to them, and the person that they're helping stomp out or get beat up, they don't even have no allegiance to them. They just jump in and act violently because they have a screw loose or something like that. I'm not saying that isn't the case, but a lot of these scenarios people throw out, and they largely do it to kind of crush a person's belief and views on the martial arts, combat fighting, and just learning how to fight in general. For some odd reason, people forget this one fact about the martial arts and combative training in general. Learning how to fight improves your ability to fight. Now, let's get this out the way right now. I touched on this before. I'm going to touch on this again. Every human being on the planet has fighting ability. There isn't a human being that can functionally use their arms and legs and their appendages of their body to not defend themselves, or for that matter, to even attack someone. So once you reach a certain age, you are capable of both attacking and defending yourself against a human being. The reality of learning how to fight, because some people might use a quote by Miyamoto Musashi, who said, you learn how to fight so that you don't have to. You also learn how to fight to improve your ability to fight. It just makes sense. There isn't a human being on this planet that can make an argument that they can play a game of basketball one-on-one with a professional basketball player and think that they can beat them one-on-one. The worst player in the NBA will beat you one-on-one in a game of basketball, okay? Because they've spent their life training to become a basketball player, to make it to the highest level, which is the NBA, the National Basketball Association. And here's another thing I want to point out also. Going back to Musashi's quote, you learn how to fight so you don't have to. One thing I know for a fact is that if there are people who know that you know how to fight, regardless of all the disrespect, the smack talk, and all that stuff that they spew out their mouth, if they know you know how to fight, it's only so far they're willing to go with you. Because they know that your training will annihilate them. Why do they know that? Because they know you put in the work. To everyone watching this, I want to say something that is an absolute fact. If you don't know how to fight, there is nothing you can do against someone who does know how to fight. Nothing. And I can hear you right now. Well, if I get the gun, if I pull a gun out of him, if I pull a blade on him, you don't know absolutely everything that person has done in their training. Contrary to popular belief, weapons training is a real thing. People actually go to places, they go to dojo, they go to gyms, they go to fitness centers, whatever the case may be, and they actively learn how to face a threat with a weapon, which means they train against guns, they train against knives, they train against sticks, they train against weapons of all sorts. Okay, they also do situational training where they put themselves in scenarios where someone may pressure test them and they have to respond to said individual that's pressure testing them. Many of you don't do that. Many people won't even put themselves through a simple workout to condition their body. So you already know that you don't have it in you to fight off someone who has the skills to crush you, and they also can, if they really and truly decided to, would destroy you. None of you really want that. Okay, it doesn't matter how much you say you're not scared of an individual, and we'll give you credit. You shouldn't be scared of anyone regardless of what they're capable of. But you know deep down in your heart, if you ever had to fight this person, it's like, man, I ain't trying to deal with this dude. This dude actually puts in work. He trains time and time again. They know that they don't have a chance against this person unless they have a weapon. Okay? In particular, a gun. Now, people who carry weapons are not cowards. Let's just get that out of the way right now. You're not a coward for carrying a weapon. But why do you have a weapon? Do you have a weapon because it makes you feel powerful? Because you want to put fear in people's hearts? You should carry a weapon to protect yourself and your family. And that's also the same reason why you learn how to fight. You learn how to fight so that you don't have to fight, so that you don't even worry about fighting. And you also learn how to fight to improve your ability to fight. It does, and here's proof. For everyone saying that learn how to fight don't work, let's say, for example, Terrence Crawford come to you and say, I'm going to teach you how to fight for free. All you have to do is show up at a particular location. We'll give you gloves. We'll give you all the gear. We'll give you everything for free. All you have to do is show up. How many of y'all not going to show up? And I think it's an instinctive thing. It's a natural thing that human beings want to be good at something, because it gives you a sense of pride. It gives you a sense of, dignity. It makes you dignified. It makes you, it gives you some sort of sense of fulfillment. And learning how to fight to protect not only yourself, but your family and your friends, coworkers, even a stranger on the street that needs the help. It's idiotic to think that learning how to fight won't make you better. I don't care who you are. Doing something over and over again is only going to make you better at it, because you're constantly drilling the same thing over and over again. You only get good at cooking by cooking over and over again. You want to know how to make an omelet? You got to break some eggs. It's really that simple. Okay? And even if you're using liquid egg, because once again, there's always some sort of naysay that want to throw something out there, you still got to be able to put the ingredients together, put the egg on top of the ingredients, and then you have to fold the egg over without having to, you have to do it in a manner which it won't look horrible. I know this. I cook for a living. I know how to make an omelet, okay? So that's the point of this video. Learning how to fight makes you better at fighting. Not knowing how to fight or not learning how to fight will never make you better. And it's important that you at least know something. You ain't got to be a black belt. You ain't got to be golden gloves. You don't have to be any of those things. But you do need to know how to fight so that you can improve your ability to come out of a fight as unscathed as possible. That's what you should be focusing on when you learn how to fight, okay? You want to improve your survivability rate. You want to improve your ability to overcome any physical threat that comes your way. And you just want to be able to ensure that you can handle yourself. That's it, okay? Thank you guys for watching. I'm about to head to the masjid because I have to offer the midday prayer. And as always, train daily. I'll see you on the next video.